Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This is timeless because remember, the past is there for us to remember. We plan for the future and we use both of those energies to live in the here and now. And these readings are meant for our highest good. Wow, there was just a lot of funny stuff coming through. That Lion Sleeps Tonight song, that kind of came through real strong. So maybe we are going to have something to do with lions or strength. I don't know, but, I am, somebody would say, oh, do you sing? And I said, everybody sings, but who wants to listen, right? So it's kind of that idea. Yeah, we all need a sense of humor now and again. Anyway. So yeah, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, timeless. You will find this when you need it, even though I say for the next 2 weeks, because it's going to be meant for you when you find it, and maybe even might be helpful to someone you know. All right. So we always draw from the original source, the original thought, and the original word, and we benefit from utilizing the Akash and all the benevolent energies and entities and beings in all dimensions to help us interpret these things that are going to be very helpful to us. Sorry, I have to kind of adjust that. Maybe one day I'll kind of take a picture of and post it as to who I'm looking at. Come on now. Not quite right. There we go. All right. So again, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, next 2 weeks. What is going to be most helpful to us? We're going to pull with the past energies first. That's the past 2 weeks. And then go into, my goodness, wowzers. What I do is I use it's this little bowl, right? And I've been having a hard time getting it to sing. So when I did for Aries, wow, it just did not want to sing. It did not want to say anything. It did not want to sing. And, wow. When I pulled it up and said, okay, so this is for Taurus, and I put the orb in the center of it, it just sang like you wouldn't believe. Really beautiful. So thank you for that. All right, so the first card is the Devil. This is the past 2 weeks. And, I know there are some cards that say that they're self-imposed restrictions, but I think we are trying to deal with some internal demons, and I think we have overplayed it, overthought it. Taurus being very grounded. It's kind of like something shook us to our core in the last couple of weeks, right? We're feeling vulnerable, unable to move. Might even have some of that Nine of Swords energy running through this, where we kind of like replaying the nightmare, waking up, and we're going, oh, crap, nothing's changed. I think a lot of us can kind of relate to that one, right? This is work related. And I want you to notice something. So for the Three of Pentacles, bees are really divine. My Christian name, my given name, is related to queen bees. So I have kind of a kinship. Okay, I have a kinship with bees. So there's something about trying to turn to your sweet side that's been very elusive. And somehow maybe it's like work has kind of been that way. I think a lot of us are going through some challenges with what we are finding as work, whether you have a career or not. It's something that we do on a daily that's been very troubling to us, Taurus. All right. This, to me, says it's extremely deep. Because if we're this troubled and we are embodying the Empress energy, we're kind of missing that central component of what it is to be where you're at right now, right? It's, again, it's like this thing of not being grounded. Look at this guy. He's got his hands over his head, is in pitch dark, no clothes, totally vulnerable, right? And that's what you've been kind of feeling. Very intense. Wow. Where are we now? All right, so a lot of people consider this to be a relationship with another human. This is actually something contractual. And there's some equanimity here. There's an equal burden, something that's equally shared. All right, so it feels like that this is something that's in the past, and I'm not sure if this is something that we need to pull into the future for us just as a remembrance, because that's kind of where it feels like it's going. Especially this kind of, I don't want to say trashing, but downplaying, diminishing, because this is where we're at right now. Now, this isn't a lion that represents strength, but it is a representation of a tiger, right? Pretty settled, confident. We've got all the deals done. This is very work related. If you're retired, it's something that you consider to be your daily work replacement routine. All right, because you're sitting sweet. And I think that, okay, so this is like an embodiment of maybe like recently letting go of something that was work related, that you felt very strong and confident in. You've got all these tools that you're moving into the future as the Empress. But the things that we want to pull through from this is remembering that this is not something that's, it's not something tangible. It's something in our head. It's something we've made up, even though there's a pentacle there, which is very earthly. But this is inverted. So it's like we've inverted this idea or this thing or this habit into something that's pulled us down. And there's a reconciliation going on, this deal that you've made with yourself. So this Page of Cups, this is like a regeneration. But it's something that we need to solidify, because it's something relatively new. It's something we've known about, but it's something that we need to definitely take hold of. Rest, recovery, relaxation, and respite. Just total respite. And respite to me, outside of all of those things, means giving the responsibilities to someone else. It's like a vacation or a staycation. You don't have to spend money to do it, but this is really, really calling us, because this was something where you really had to go above and beyond with this Empress energy, and wow, it was a big thing to overcome, right? So this rest, relax, and recovery and respite, really tough. Reconciliation, restoration, boom. So in the now, this is what you need to be remembering or embodying in the here and now, so that in the next couple of weeks, it's going to be really, really helpful. Alrighty, so again, from the Akash and all those energies, entities, and beings in all dimensions that are benevolent to us, originating from the source, the original thought, the original word. Well, there's some difficulty right there. There's some challenges. There's some challenges maybe in tapping into some of this. The new love, something that we haven't quite grasped yet. And this strength, this youthful strength that we're trying to embody. All right. Wow, already. All right, we'll see how that goes. Oh, I think it's going very well. This is going really well. So 9 of Cups. Fully saturated, grounded, pulling forward. And you know, I still feel like this is work related, relationship related, maybe relationships with your work, relationships with your money. But this is something that's very heartfelt and deep, that we can look forward to and prepare. We can prepare for the goodness, so we don't get overwhelmed, keeping it grounded. Knight of Swords. keeping it grounded, making sure we're not going to move too quickly. So I know in the traditional card, dude's riding a horse and he's moving pretty dang skippy quick, pretty hasty. Let's not be hasty. Let's not be hasty in our decisions. Yeah, that's all we have on that. Sorry. Not really. I'm not sorry. This is exactly what we need. Taurus, this is exactly what we need. It's kind of like a regrounding, a reestablishing. I don't see like a world card here or anything, but this is definitely something where we can pick up that world type energy through the Empress and this very youthful grounding here, and make sure we're getting the rest that we need, right? So let's get some clarification on some of the things that we're going to be encountering in the next 2 weeks, how we can blend all of this all together. How can this all tie in together for the highest good? Right? So this flipped up, even though this card came second. This is showing gratitude. This is how we can, this is appreciation. Because gratitude is a little bit different. I think this is an outward expression. Gratitude doesn't necessarily have to be, but this might be something more related to action. And taking action on those things where we can show our appreciation to those who have helped us. And we can embody that Empress energy. We couldn't ask for better. When we're the magician, we have all the tools, and we are a master of those elements, all 4 elements. We are the master of those things. So appreciating those gifts that we have. I can't say this is like really heavy, but it's almost like too freaking serious. As when I first started, it's like, that was really funny. There was something that was really funny. Couldn't tell you what it was, but it was like, there is something funny coming. I don't see that. I don't see that here, because this is some pretty heavy dookie, right? I mean, come on, Taurus. Maybe we just need to lighten up. I don't know, but yeah. Let's see. This sometimes are more related to like money, work, and but it also could be relationships, right? So let's see, what does the Akash, what do all of these energies, entities, and beings in all dimensions that are benevolent to us, how is it they can help us interpret some of the original source, original thoughts and words to help us during these next 2 weeks, and also pull through the helpful things that we've already learned that's going to be most beneficial. There is an opportunity. A golden egg of opportunity falls into your lap, a new job, promotion, or a move. So there's going to be some shifting going on. Oh my. All right. So there is an opportunity. It is a golden egg. It's not something that's going to be obvious at first. It's like when you know, when you see it, you see it. You can't unsee it, and you can't unknow it. It's just going to kind of be there, right? If you can't find the key to success, pick the lock. So this is about ingenuity, inventiveness. This is about maybe taking that additional step, grabbing that page of cups, right? Because he's typically got that cup held up high, and the fish is poking out, right? And you gotta grab it. You gotta take action with manifestation, and that is with appreciation. It sounded kind of corny, didn't it? Coming soon. Not a fan of this because I say it's here and now. It says don't worry. That's even more important, because when you shift your energy away from something that's a worrisome, then you are allowing those things to come in. Prosperity is knocking on your door. Be sure to answer it when it does. And it's giving a lot of future tense. I'm not up for that. Wow. So this to me is like a cosmic egg. But this is starting over. But this doesn't mean that you're losing what was before. This says starting over, saving up, nest egg, healthcare, new opportunities, and insurance. And it's almost like these things you have what you have, and this is being added. All of these things. You're going to have a starting over of something you may have tried in the past, but it's going to allow you to be saving up even more. You're going to have even more resources, a bigger nest egg, opportunities, and it's going to be like a cushion, like a financial and emotional cushion, right? I'm getting a little parched. I am going to take a little sip of my ice water here. I think at one point I was with someone else and it was like, didn't swallow quite right. And yeah, that was not a pleasant thing, so I'm being very careful. It's a very watered down ginger ale. That's what we call it in the north anyway. All right, so what else can we, oh my gosh, look at this. Typically when I leave cards behind, that means I'm supposed to put them here. And that one. All right, let's see what else. Thank you. Appreciate all you. There's like a huge crowd. Like a huge crowd. I mean huge, like auditorium huge. They're really interested in how Taurus is doing. I don't know if they're like, yeah, they're kind of like spectators. I think they're going to try and learn from. All right, remember I said earlier there was the strength. There's your strength card. And it's gonna stretch. It's gonna make us stretch. We're gonna find ways of stretching our abilities beyond what we think that they can be stretched. Right? Even though we have that, where is he? It's the magician, right here. The magician. It's gonna stretch us beyond our wildest dreams. And it's relating to healing. Healing the ouch. Heal the ouch. And this to me says, let's be sure that we get the rest that we need. If you find that you've been injured, make sure you eventually, because it's still, we've had this stressful time, we've reconnected, but we also need to remain attached to ourselves and allow others to help us. And this has a lot to do with supporting this cosmic egg and what we have to embody about the riches that are within us and are coming towards us. This is about the spark within. And this is very heartfelt as well. The spark is a very heartfelt energy. And it's youthful, but it can sometimes be a little mournful. So let's not let it get that way. Let's not be mournful. Let's switch that energy a little bit. How we're going to do that is with movement. So if you're able to get up and move, take a walk, go to the gym, not my favorite idea of a good time, but just getting up and moving, even if it's just going up and down the stairs in your house, that's going to be, better than nothing. And it feels like this. Usually I can get down here, but this one is telling me this deep freeze is actually about this. So it's kind of like we're being reminded of the really deep, and the deep freeze was necessary because I think we've been so busy and so focused and wanting to do what we wanted to do that this is telling us you guys needed to have this. Slowing it down, putting you in the deep freeze, address what's going on, whether it's financially, in a relationship, job related, whatever it is, money related. You're now rebonded, recommitted, and there's going to be some aspect of what all of this is relating to that is going to, because this is not necessarily linear, and I hope that makes sense. So when you're over here and you're dealing with this aspect of your life, something else might be going on and you're over here or over here. So this is very multifaceted. Let's not overly complicate it because life is complicated enough. So these are, that's a good card, right? Discernment, that'll help us. If any of these cards that you see that are these sacred geometry cards, you can stop the video. Please do dwell on them, take a screenshot. I love the snipping tool, big fan of the snipping tool, just saying. And then you can go ahead and kind of meditate on these frequencies because they really are very, very powerful. All right. So what sacred geometry can be helpful? Yeah, can you tell? That's great. It's been an awesome week. And we got a lot more coming. Whoa! That one came out quickly. All right, what sacred geometry do we have that's going to help us get through pulling in the helpful energies and memories that we've had over the last couple of weeks, as well as being able to pull forward what we can expect and embody those in the here and now, because really ultimately that's what we got to work with is the here and now. Grounding, the frequency, this is about Earth. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our great Earth and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. So Earth, so earthing, taking a walk in nature. Sorry about the twitchy camera. But that's really going to be important for us, is earthing. I don't hear earth, but I'm hearing earthing, grounding. Now that it's warmer weather where I'm at, I'm going out and just sitting outside and watching the fireflies and putting my bare feet in the grass. Wow. Romantic love. All right. Get romantic. Get romantic with yourself, with your partner. Romance yourself if you have to. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with the reflection of a conscious lover. And that doesn't necessarily mean another individual. It could be just within yourself. Learning to love yourself is what manifests the external, I guess, if you will. Don't know how else to really say that. But that is very, very powerful. Partnerships are just phenomenal. Throat chakra, the frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for balance here in the Four of Cups, right? Crown chakra, so this is going to help us keep connected with more of the magician side, right? The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. So even in the darkness, there is light. It's something that came to me the other day. Even in darkness, there is light. Darkness is only the absence of light, but it's not total. It's not complete. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. There is always light. We are dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin. Bingo, dark and light, integration, balance. It helps us put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. So, yeah. So let's remember we don't have to stay there. It's something that's been a learning tool for us. And we've got prosperity. The frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. That's stunning. That is all of this. All of this is prosperity. Love it. Like it, share it, subscribe it. That's kind of funny. But yeah, hey, thanks for stopping by. I guess I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.